Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Tuesday, May 12th, 2020, and I am excited for another day of distance learning. We're going to start off with some warm-ups today. We are going to go on to number bonds with the number 9, okay, breaking that apart, and I was able to grab a cube stick from school, my Unifix cubes that I put together, and I have 9, so I'm going to be breaking them apart today, and you're going to watch me do it. We're going to go on to our new poem, Dirt on My Shirt. And then we're going to reread The Tiny Seed. I'm going to reread it. You're going to listen to it. We're going to talk about the main idea of the story. All right, so lots to do today, so let's get busy. We're going to start off with our popcorn words. All right, so we have some new ones. I think the ones from last week, you know them. You did great with them. And now we're going to go on to some new ones. So this is am. I am happy. I am your teacher. Am. 3 times. Ready? Am. Good job. Next one is 5. 5. The number 5. 5. Let's see. Up is review. Up. UP spells up. 3 times. Up. Good job. And said. Say said. Say it again. Say said. She said to listen. He said to sit down. Said. Again. Said. S-A-I-D spells said. Good. All right. I'm going to put those aside. I'm going to do our short vowels and our digraphs. E, ed, e. Your turn. Baby Echo is going to help us today. O, octopus, ah. A, apple, ah. A, apple, ah. I, itch, I. Itch, Good. U, up, ah. U, up, Good. C, H, chin, ch. C, H, chin, ch. Good. C, K, sock. S, H, ship, sh. T-H, thumb. Good. W-H, whistle, wah. W-H, whistle, wah. Good job. All right, I'm going to put those aside. Still on our warm-up, we're going to do our book of blends and digraphs. B-L says, bull, blast off. B-R says, burr, brush. CL says, clap. CR says, creep. DR says, drive. Make sure you're doing it with me. FL, arms out. FL says, full, fly. FR says, fur, freeze. GL says, glue. Comes unstuck at the end. GR says, grin. SL says, start at the top, soul, slide. WH says, whisper. TH says, throw. SH says, shake. And lastly, CH says, chin. Very good. I'm going to put that to the side. All right, we're going to also practice counting as part of our warm-up. We're going to start by 5s. Ready, friends? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. We can count by 5s, by 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I'm going to buy 2s, so show me your 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Yay! All right, get to put that to the side. All right, so my warm-ups, I'm going to refer to my checklist. So my warm-ups are finished. Okay, so number 9, number bond. I just need a surface to write on. Okay, so I sent a copy of this to all of you. You can get it now if you want to, or you can just watch me and do it later. It's completely up to you. Just looking at the glare in my house right now. Okay, so we have 6 number bonds. I have my cube stick. Now, boys and girls, I know that you don't have cubes at home, okay? But there are other things that you could use if you needed to. You could use cereal, pasta, crayons, anything that you can count that's relatively small, okay? So I know that you all know how to do this. I'm taking my 9 stick. I'm breaking it apart. Well, first I want to make sure that I have 9. Okay, that's the first thing that we need to do. Let's make sure that I have 9 cubes here because it's not going to be accurate if I start off with the wrong number. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I, in fact, have 9. Okay, now I'm going to break it apart. Okay, my hidden partners of 9. I have 4 here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 4 and 5 together make 9. So I'm going to write that down. Okay. 4 and 5 make 9. All right. Now, I have my 4 and my 5. What if I switch hands? It's still the same thing. 5 and 4. So I'm going to write that as another combination to make 9. So I can do 5 and 4. Oops, I just kind of erased that a little bit. Okay, so I can have 4 and 5. Or I can have 5 and 4. All right, so I'm going to now break it a different way. I'm going to get my cube stick. I'm going to put it together, okay? So you're just going to separate whatever it is that you have at home, okay? So if you are using cereal or you're using pasta, you're just going to separate it into 2 groups. Now I'm going to break it at this point. 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 and 2, these are hidden partners of 9. 7 and 2 together make 9. So let's write that down. 7 and 2, okay? I could also reverse it to 2 and 7. 2 and 7, okay? So 7 and 2, 2 and 7. Okay, let's break it a different way though. There's actually several more combinations of 9. I might go on and do a few more, okay? So now I'm gonna break it where I just have the 1. Ooh, 1, and how many's over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 and 1 make 9. What if I reverse hands? 1 and 8. 8 and 1. Oh boy. Okay, so 8 and 1, 1 and 8. What if I had all of my cubes in this hand and I didn't have any over here? That would be 9 and 0. I reverse it. I have 0 and 9. So I have 9. And then I'm just going to make it actually at the bottom. So I have 9 and 0, and then I have 0 and 9. Let me show you how I did this. You could just add that if you want to, or you don't have to. You're just going to try your best, making combinations of 9, using whatever it is in your house that you have to do it. If you can do it in your mind and you don't need to use objects, go for it, okay? I know some of you at school can just do it in your head, all right? But if you need objects, and I know you don't have the cubes at home, you can get whatever it is around your house that you can count. And I gave you some examples like crayons or pasta or cereal, something like that. All right, moving on. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to check off 9 number bonds. Number 1, already did that. Poem, dirt on my shirt. All right, so we have a new poem. New poem. All right. Dirt on my shirt. And you're just going to listen to me, okay? By Jeff Foxworthy. There's dirt on my shirt and leaves in my hair. There's mud on my boots, but I don't really care. Playing outside is so much fun. to breathe the clean air and feel the warm sun, to stomp in a puddle or climb a big tree makes me quite happy. Just look and you'll see. All right, I'm going to read that one more time. This is the poem that you're going to practice every day this week. And you're going to read it over and over and over again, okay? Because practice makes better. You're probably not going to be able to read it at first, okay? But you need to practice. Try stretching out all of your words, and you'll get there, okay? So let's listen again. There's dirt on my shirt and leaves in my hair. There's mud on my boots, but I don't really care. Playing outside is so much fun. To breathe the clean air and feel the warm sun. To stomp in a puddle or climb a big tree makes me quite happy. Just look and you'll see. I hear a lot of rhyming words in that poem, boys and girls. Do you hear rhyming words? Maybe you could tell a parent at home some of the words that rhyme, okay? All right, very good. So practice that poem this week. Poem, dirt on my shirt. I just went over it. Check. Now, before I go on to the tiny seed, my audio cut out earlier, and I wanted to share with you my puppet because I didn't really get a chance to share. So this is something that I got from, I know I got it at Aquarium. I think I got it at Mystic, but I'm not 100% sure. So this was my puppet from Zoom today. And I have a mommy stingray, and then I have, look, a little baby stingray. Oh. So my daughter last night thought that it would be a great idea to share some facts with all of you about stingrays. So we were looking it up. We were doing some research last night, and this is what we came up with. And I'll hold it up, learned that many of them are endangered, unfortunately, and that means close to dying out. Okay, so we have to protect them, not harm them in any way. The sea rays are related to sharks, like the cousins of the shark. They eat meat and fish. They are carnivores. Stingrays live in warm tropical waters. And then my daughter wrote, like Miami and Key West. Stingrays travel in groups or pairs. So this was my daughter, and she wrote her name at the bottom. Let me show you. This is her research that she did, and she wrote 5 facts that she learned about stingrays, and she wanted me to share that with all of you. She was pretty excited about it. All right, so moving on, the tiny seed. So we listened to that story. We talked about it as well last week. Now this week, I'm going to listen to it one more time. This is the last day for it. And this is the purpose for listening to it today. We're going to talk about the main idea of the story. What is the story mostly about? All right, it's one of my favorite springtime stories. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? Oh my goodness. One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up it goes. It flies too high, and the sun's rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others, kind of lagging a little bit behind here. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. One seed drifts down onto the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. Not the right environment there for the seed to grow either, but now it lands in the grass. I'm thinking this is the right environment for it to grow. Let's see what happens. Finally, the wind stops and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. So it's right there in the grass. See how tiny it is, friends? So the bird, who's kind of looking for a snack, he doesn't see it over there, which is good for the tiny seed. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for his lunch, but the tiny seed lies very still and the mouse does not see it. So he's kind of like, it's right there. Now it is spring. After a few months, the snow is melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by, the sun shines, rain falls. The seeds grow so round and full they start to burst open a little. Now they are not seeds anymore. They are plants. First, they send roots down into the earth because the roots grow down. Then their little stems and leaves begin to grow up towards the sun and air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. Do you remember, boys and girls, what we call this? We call it a weed. It's taking away what this plant needs to live. It's taking away the area for the roots to grow underneath the soil, as well as the sunlight. Oh boy. And the rain, and the plant dies. The seed, the tiny seed, hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally it too starts to grow into a plant. So there it is in the middle, and it is finally growing now. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun in springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along, and oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves and the other plant has 7. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First there are footsteps, then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. Oh, he's going to pick it. Oh, he's going to give it to a friend. A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend. That's special. Now it is summer, and the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. And now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. Oh my goodness. All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. So beautiful and brightly colored. Now it is autumn. The days grow shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries the red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the bright leaves, over the land and down to the ground. Remember what happens, boys and girls? Look! The seed pod opens and all the seeds go flying into the air, just like in the beginning of the story. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends away from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more, the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower's seed pod opens. Out come many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away on the wind. There they go. And that is the end of the story. It starts all over again. And I wonder how many of these seeds will actually make it to a place where the environment will be right for it to grow. Probably not many. All right, boys and girls. So my question at the beginning was, what is the main idea of the story? So what is the story mostly about? The story is mostly about a seed and where it travels and all the adventures that it goes on. Okay, so it's about a tiny seed that travels and then eventually finds its way to the grass where the environment is just right for it to grow into a flower. I hope that you enjoyed this story, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, boys and girls.